nationalistic and intellectually brilliant leader who was firmly dedicated to the development of his beloved country. He was the only Boholano who earned a president's seat not because he was better here, but because of what he stood for and for the values he believed in. As we relive his years and how he ran the affairs of the Philippines, let us know the man, the myth, the legend behind President Carlos P. Garcia. President Carlos P. Garcia was born in Sitio Binoboy, Barrio Luia, a town in Talibon, Bohol, on November 4, 1896. His mother, Ambrosia Polistico, and his father, Policronio Garcia, the town mayor of Talibon, for 4 consecutive years, raised him in a middle class upbringing. Studied for 2 academic years. After studying here for 2 years, he went to Suleiman Institute for his 3rd year. He then later came back to Cebu to finish high school. He went back again to Suleiman Institute for his pre-law and got his law degree in Philippine Law School. He later then took the bar exam and got the 7th place. For the sake of accurate historical information, Carlos P. Garcia has 3 children from 3 different women. The first one is Zanone Flores, whose mother was Concepcion Flores of Poblacion, Talibon, Bohol. The second one is Daisy Caseñas, whose mother was Maria Caseñas of Hagna, Bohol. His wife, Leonila de Mataga, from Lapu-Lapu City, bore his 3rd child, Linda Garcia. According to Jose Carlos Garcia Campos, the only grandson of Carlos P. Garcia, his grandfather was fond of gardening, and when his lolo was already out of politics, his old man would often garden and take care of their pet dogs. The inauguration of Carlos P. Garcia as the 8th President of the Philippines occurred on March 17, 1957 under extraordinary circumstances. The inauguration marked the commencement of the first term, which lasted 9 months and 13 days, of Carlos P. Garcia as President following the 1957 Cebu-Douglas C-47 crash causing death of President Ramon Magsaysay. Carlos P. Garcia wrote a new chapter into the Philippine history on December 30, 1957, when he was sworn by appointed Chief Justice Ricardo Paras of the Supreme Court again as the 8th President of the Philippines and the 4th President of the Third Republic after he won the 1957 presidential election. The austerity program was implemented by Garcia in order to put a stop to the widespread graft and corruption within the country. The program centered on wise spending, industry, thriftiness, trustworthiness, integrity, and honesty. He also urged people to avoid luxury items, to live a simple life, and reminded that government officials and employees' corruption destroys people's trust within the government. Even though the austerity program was launched to fight corruption, it was unsuccessful because the problem was later passed on to the next administration. The Lance-Grano Agreement is the law that shortened the original 99-year lease of U.S. bases here in the Philippines to 25 years. The agreement is renewable up to 5 years only. Filipino First Policy. This is the law that was passed by the Garcia administration for the purpose for giving more priority to local businessmen over foreign investors. The government sector would give aid to local businessmen and often provide financial assistance upon entering an industry filled with foreign competitors. This policy also promoted patronage of Filipino products over foreign ones. However, this policy centered on the economic progress of the Philippines, but the masa did not gain any advantage at all. This led to much criticism about this concern for the common Filipino. The prevalence of graft and corruption in the government, especially within the Bureau of Internal Revenue, in which he had implemented the austerity program, institutional carryover from previous administration, the U.S. disfavor of his Filipino First policy put Garcia on the defense and led partly to his defeat in the 1961 election. The Garcia administration also placed emphasis on cultural revival. Due to the colonization of many countries, he felt the revival of the Filipino culture was needed. The award was given to Filipino artists, scientists, historians, and writers. Did you know that former President Carlos P. Garcia was the first president to have acquired seats in the government in a sterile manner? His political career started when he became a congressman in Bohol in the year 1925. Became a governor for 2 terms in 1931 and 1940. Secured a seat in the Senate in 1941 and became the vice president of President Ramon Magsaysay in 1947 until 1953. He ascended Magsaysay's position when Magsaysay passed away on March 18, 1957, though he was officially elected as the President of the Philippines on November 12,